Hey everyone, it's Amy May, and we're going to be going over the 5 energy centers we've been doing in class. So there's head, chest, belly, pelvis, and anus. And each one of these reveal different characteristics and personalities of the character or the person. So here we go. With the head, if you were to have an active head energy, your head is going to be sticking out. And it looks like it's a joke, but people really do walk around like this. They lead their life with their head. So someone that does this is someone that's a go-getter. They are very goal-oriented. They don't let anything stand in their way. They're always on the go. But if you have a repressive head energy, you are going to be sticking it out. A repressed energy, you do not want anybody to see it. So it's going to be back like this, and you're just more so of an observer. You're not trying to, be number one like the active head energy is. You just go through life, being passive. And the next one is your chest. And for chest energy, you stick it out like this, and you lead your life with your chest sticking out. So someone with chest energy, they just try to project a appearance of might and power and strength. They're very confident. You see a lot of fighters walking this way, to show how big and strong they are. So that is an active chest energy. But if you were to have repressive chest energy, you don't want the world to see it. So you stick it back. And someone that lives in a repressed chest energy, they are very, very, they don't have much confidence. They come off as shy and reserved and not very sure of themselves. But if you, moving on to the belly energy, if you were to have a belly energy, you stick it out. So let me get my belt down. So belly energy. People that live in their belly energy, they just live their life to the fullest. They don't care what anybody thinks. They are living their life unapologetically, not answering to anybody, and they love it. So that is a belly energy. But if you were to have a repressed belly energy, you stick it back. Oh, jeez. I do not like repressed belly energy. A repressed belly energy makes me feel like I am being starved. Like I am just trapped and I am being abused and mistreated and I just need to get out. So that is reversed belly energy. Going into active pelvic, you stick it out. So active pelvic. Anyone that does this, I feel like they're thinking with this and not this. So they don't really use their brains to think. This governs their whole being. But if you were to have a repressed pelvic energy, you stick it back. But be careful not to go into active anus. And those that are living in active anus, I feel like they just do not care, but not in a good way like the active belly. I feel like they do not care in a bad way. They're just walking around, strutting, just not without a care in the world, and it's frustrating. But to have a repressed anus, here's active, repressed, stick it back. But be careful not to go into active pelvic. And those with repressed anus, I feel like they always feel like something is gonna happen behind them. They're very paranoid, so they don't want their anus to get caught in anything. They don't want to get caught up in nothing, so they just make sure nothing's back there. And for a schizoid, there's a such thing called a schizoid, and that is someone or a character that has 2 energy centers. And it can be your head and your pelvis, or it can be your gut or your anus. It can be whatever. But it's just someone that's very conflicted and they have a lot going on, so they have their energy centers in several places. And for an example, it is Medea that we've been going over in class. She's a perfect example. She has so much stuff going on and she just has all these emotions, sometimes at once. So She's a schizoid, or if you want a more modern example, look up Tyler Perry's Acrimony, Taraji P. Henson. That woman went through some stuff, so she is a schizoid too. So for my monologue, I was Mabel Chiltern, and Mabel, in my opinion, is a chest energy because she is in love with this guy, and she is not afraid to express it. She wears her heart on her sleeve, as some chest energy people do. That is what goes out into the world first, their chest, their heart. So Mabel lives her life with this. And so there's plenty of examples when she's flirting in the script with him, and she even told him at the end of the script that she adores him and everybody in town knows except him. She's not shy about her feelings at all. So she is a hardcore, active chest energy. So here is my monologue from An Ideal Husband. Well, Tommy proposed to me again. Tommy really does nothing but propose to me. He proposed to me last night in the music room when I was quite unprotected, as there was an elaborate trio going on. I did not make the smallest repartee, I need hardly tell you. If I had, it would have stopped the music at once. Musical people can be so absurdly unreasonable. They always want one to be perfectly dumb at the very moment one is longing to be absolutely deaf. This morning in broad daylight, he proposed to me again in front of that dreadful statue of Achilles. Really, the things that go on in front of that work of art are quite appalling. The police should interfere. At luncheon, I saw by the glare in his eye that he was going to propose again. But I managed to check him in time by assuring him that I was a bimetallist. Fortunately, I don't know what bimetallism means, and I don't believe anybody else does either. But the observation crushed Tommy for 10 minutes. He looked quite shocked. And then Tommy is so annoying in the way he proposes. If he proposed at the top of his voice, I shouldn't mind so much. That might produce some effect on the public. But he does it in this horrid, confidential way. When Tommy wants to be romantic, he speaks to one like a doctor. I am very fond of Tommy, but his methods of proposing are quite out of date. Gertrude, I wish you would speak to him and tell him that once a week is quite often enough to propose to anybody, and it should always be done in a manner that would attract some attention. Thank you.